All right, let's go over the parts for BBZ. Numero tres. We got to start with the case, though. I hope you all recognize what we're dealing with today. But a special shout out is actually needed to Silverstone. I don't know how many of you were tracking the slight drama of their FLP02 case. But this is their FLP03. They make, this is their third version of these brand new but retro style cases. So it looks like it's from the 90s, but the internals are all updated, all modern. And this one improves on the FLP02 and its micro ATX. But the drama we had with the FLP02 was I couldn't get my hands on it. When that, I made like 3 videos talking about the FLP02 before it came out. And then whenever it came out, there was such a huge demand for it that I couldn't buy one. I was like trying every time they would launch on a new website. I was checking every day. And you guys were helping me check to find the FLP02. And finally, like one day it was priced for like $350, which is way overpriced. But I bought it and I finally built in the FLP02. But it took me weeks and or months, I forget. But it took forever for me to get it. Silverstone finally emailed me like last week and they're like, hey man, I never talked to Silverstone. So this is the intro of the conversation. Like, hey man, we're sorry about what happened with the FLP02. Our fault. Would you like me to send you the FLP03? I can get it there for the next stream. I was like, let's go. Thank you. So shout out to Silverstone for finally hooking me up with one of the FLP cases. I appreciate it. This is not sponsored or anything. They just sent it. The FLP03 is essentially the micro ATX version of the FLP02, but they did make a couple of improvements. We have a huge 100 and you're not gonna be able to see it, but actually you can. Hold on. We got the technology, man. Hold on. Check this out. We have technology here. Look at this. Oh yeah. We have a huge 180 millimeter fan up at the front. That's the intake fan. We also have an improved GPU sag bracket that can go up and down and squeeze on the GPU, which is nice. And it's also back connect. It's also back connect compatible, which I'm not taking advantage of today. But if you have one of those motherboards with the connectors on the backside, you could do that. But those are the, oh, and then also these front panels, the 5 1/4 inch drive panels, they're also vented now. They used to be solid. So a little bit better for airflow, better GPU mount, back connect motherboard, and it's micro ATX. So I'm excited to use it. I don't exactly have the best looking parts going inside of here, but it's okay because it's a solid side panel. So our GPU, again, is this crazy deal we got on the Zotac Gaming RTX 5070 Ti. I actually don't really like these cards. It's got like multiple shades of brown. You'll see it once I unbox it. It's just not like a super, like it looks good by itself, but it's hard to build a PC around this. It's probably not gonna look great inside this FLP03 because we got beige, couple browns, like it's just gonna clash. I'm not gonna love the aesthetics of this one. But again, it's okay because the case is a solid panel. So we're not gonna see these parts at all. We will be okay. But that's why we're using this GPU today. But yeah, Sam, shout out to Sam here at the ZTT office. He sniped this for $812, which for a 5070 Ti, if you've been paying attention, is a really good price. Unfortunately, that's not good news. For the CPU, we're gonna be using an Intel Core Ultra 7 270K plus. This is our review sample that we got when the 270K plus and the 250K plus were sent over to us from Intel. I never found a build for this, for those of you that are not up to speed on this is still an insanely powerful CPU. It competes with like the 9700X in terms of gaming. It wins in a lot of productivity tests compared to Ryzen. But you know, you got the socket that's not nearly as good or future-proofed as AM5. Couple drawbacks. This will consume a lot of power. We're gonna need an AIO for sure. But it's still very good CPU. We're gonna plug that CPU into this Gigabyte Aorus B860M, Aorus Elite Wi-Fi motherboard. I'm not used to saying the numbers B860. But here we are with an Intel motherboard. I don't really know anything else about it, but we got it. For the RAM and SSD, we got ourselves a T-Force Vulkan DDR5 kit, 16 gigs, clocked at 6,000 megahertz. Works with Intel, XMP, and AMD Expo. We also got a Silicon Power UD90, 1 terabyte. This is a Gen 4 drive. This is more on the budget end, but these work really well. This isn't the cheapest options. I like these. They're very reliable. But yeah, that is our RAM and SSD. To cool the beefy 270K Plus, I got a Kraken Plus 240 in here. I am only using this because we've had this sitting on the shelf for, oh wait, no. The reason we have this is for those of you that remember the Make-A-Wish PC that I did. What was that, like a month ago? Awesome project. We built a PC for Aiden, who's in the Make-A-Wish program. He asked me to build him a PC. This was the last component that we were waiting on, and it looked like the shipping got delayed. So I just ordered one of these on Amazon and got next day shipping. That way we can continue the project and get the PC to him. So this is the AIO that Aiden wanted, but I have 2 of them. So I'm gonna use this one for this project, the Kraken Plus 240. And then our last component, this is extremely overkill. But again, this one was sitting on the shelf and I have no use for this. This is an insanely good power supply. It is the Corsair RM1200X Shift. It's got the power supply connectors on the other side, not the back side. I think Corsair sent this to me whenever the Shift power supplies launched. ATX 3.0, not 3.1. So it's a little bit older, maybe like a year and a half old or so. This is a really good power supply, but I have no use for a 1200 watt power supply. So we're just gonna use it in a BBZ. That way we can get rid of it. Yeah, we definitely do not need 1200 watts. That was not intentional. But that's why that's one of the reasons I like the BBZs, is it gives me an excuse to use the hardware that was sent to me that I have no use for. I have no use for a 1200 watt power supply. We might as well put it in a BBZ, man. We got the second hype train. Oh, dude, I didn't even build it. Dude, I gotta start building. The second hype train before building is when you know we have gone too slow. We gotta boost this up a little bit. The one thing that could be annoying, really good if you prefer ASMR streams, but with this shotgun microphone, I have a feeling this sound is gonna be extra loud tonight. Is that like too bad? It's kind of like an ASMR stream at this point. It is gonna be very loud because the microphone is aimed right at me, so you guys are gonna hear all of this. It's not bad? It sounds fine? Oh, okay. This just happens to be an obnoxiously loud bag. Okay, there's our motherboard. That's looking, dude, that actually looks really nice. That looks extremely high quality. I'm kind of impressed. Anti-static bag ASMR, exactly, man. You just never know what you're gonna get on Thirsty Thursday. I mean, I'm giving you guys yet another BBZ. We got the high quality motherboards. We got the chocolate milk. I mean, dude, we have it all right now. Actually, one of the cool things I can't do this at my house yet. Oh, I wasn't supposed to do that though. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot I wasn't supposed to do that. Because oops, sorry. The mount for the camera is super long. So whenever I touch it, it's like swinging. It's still swinging. I wasn't supposed to touch. Look at the camera moving. Yeah, camera wiggle. My bad. It'll stop at some point. That was my fault. We'll leave it there. I am gonna have to move it one more time. Like I'm gonna have to zoom out once we're done with the motherboard. But yeah, that's some wiggle action. Some camera wiggle. All right, let's install our 270K plus. We got an ad coming up. We gotta get this installed quickly. LGA 1851 socket. Not my forte at all. This is not what I'm used to, man. We got the pins on the motherboard. Like AM5. Got a Core Ultra 7, 270K plus. I am not using a contact frame. I don't think you really need the contact frames with the new Core Ultra series. You definitely did with the previous Intel CPUs, but boom. Oh, that's got more pressure than I remember. Not nearly as much pressure as AM5, but a decent amount of pressure is required there. Like a glove? That was the goal, man. This is our T-Force Vulcan DDR5 kit. These have actually been consistently for like maybe the last 3 weeks or so. Consistently the best priced DDR5 if you don't need like RGB or crazy specs. Like if you're willing to just buy like a mid-ranged or more budget actually kit. The T-Force Vulcan DDR5 kit. I've been buying a few of these. I don't know how they sound though. So we're about to find that out, man. The first proper ASMR RAM install in the office building. Not at my house. Oh, I guess I don't need to get close because you guys got the microphone already. I don't know how well you're gonna hear this though. I'm gonna move it right there because that's like more in line with the mic. I don't know how loud this is gonna be because the microphone's not so close, but we'll give it a try. Ooh. Did you guys hear that? I don't know how effective that was. In real life? Oh, that's like a 6. 5, yeah. 5 or a 6. That's a little bit more wiggling than I'm used to. A little bit more. Not amazing. The ASMR was much better. Not on the wiggly side. All right, we're gonna. Oh my god, we're gonna remove that. Remove that for the SSD. Where is my SSD? Here it is. Again, we got the silicone power 1 terabyte. This is a UD90. Out of all the affordable SSDs, definitely use this one probably the most, and have not had issues. These are great. These work very well. Wiggle the BBZ. Dude, the BBZ is not built yet. We got a long way to go before the BBZ is ready to be wiggled. All right. Install that in there. Push it down like that. We need no tools for this. This goes like that. Don't know how to do this part though. Do I just keep pushing? How do I do this? Is that locked? Oh, that's locked. Yeah, that's in there. All right. SSD's installed. There we go. Now our final part, we gotta prep this AIO, the Kraken 240 Plus. We'll prep the motherboard part of this. Oh, I thought these fans were pre-installed. They are not. Okay, so we got some work to do. Get that out. Like so. All right, here's our radiator. We definitely do not need that now. Does it come with thermal paste? Oh, that's clean. Just a nice square. I like that. It's usually like some over-engineered design. All right, we definitely need these. We'll hang on to that. Intel kit. Dude, that's what I'm talking about right there, man. Perfectly labeled. That is what I need. AMD, I don't need that. Other mounting accessories, I do need that. All right. We're gonna bust out the magnet. I like the sound of that, but I don't really need to use the magnet right now. Dude, these magnets have a mind of their own. That's kind of wild. I'm not used to building like this bougie. Kind of like it though. All right, let's start prepping these fans on the radiator. Right now, so what I'm doing, if you have never prepped an AIO before, you got to think about what orientation it's going to go in. If the PC is flat on the desk right now, I want my AIO to be in this orientation. Okay, this is a very traditional setup. The front of the PC is this way, towards the right. I like my tubes in the front, and then this is just going to loop down like this. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that the cables of the fan are on the back side, so like towards the desk right now. I want to make sure those are back here because it's going to be the back side of the PC. I want to be able to hide those cables. You don't want those up at the front. But then you also got to determine what direction the airflow is going to go. And if the AIO is up top, you most likely want to be pushing air through the radiator in the exhaust position. You don't want to intake air from the top because then it's just going to suck in a bunch of dust. You want to be exhausting air out the top. That way the dust can't or doesn't settle as easily on your PC. So this is going to be pushing air through the radiator. It's not the 100% most optimized cooling solution. But we cannot install a radiator up at the front of this case, so this is probably our best bet. What screwdriver is that? This is the LTT screwdriver. From, you guessed it, lttstore.com. This is actually the same screwdriver I use at my house. They sent me 2 of these transparent ones, and the transparent one is my favorite color that they do. They have all sorts of different colors. I have like 8 of them or so. But the transparent one is my favorite. So I got one dedicated to PC building at home and one dedicated to PC building here at the office. LTT hooked it up. It's a very nice screwdriver. Expensive, but very nice. They have a transparent black one? Do they really? Oh, I did not know that. That sounds great. Wow, I actually really want that. Have you met Linus? I filmed a collab video with Linus. Your boy was on the Linus YouTube channel. What was that, last year? Yeah, Linus flew me and a couple other YouTubers up there. And we filmed a build challenge video. You guys should look that up if you haven't seen it. Yeah, it's spent the day with Linus, filmed the video and whatnot. I've talked to him a few times. Like over email and whatnot. But yeah. All right, AIO is somewhat prepped. Now we got to get this Intel kit out and prep the motherboard. All right, here we go. So we do have updated labels for 1851, which is reassuring. But these are for 1851 or 1700, and then these are for the older 1200 CPU sockets. So we're gonna use the 1851. The instructions said to move these outside. So let's prep our backplate first. This is one of the main differences of CPU cooler installations compared to AMD. For whatever reason, Intel doesn't, I'm sure there's a very smart reason, I'm just not smart enough for it. But for whatever reason, Intel motherboards don't come with a backplate pre-installed. Why is this not moving? This thing is stuck. Oh no. Oh, it just pops out. Okay. I thought I broke it. Dude, I'm an Intel noob. All right, there we go. These have to be moved to the outside. This is not my comfort zone. First time watching Zach build a PC live? Welcome, man. Make sure you type in !1 giveaway if you want to hop in on the action. Right now we're building a BBZ, but we're always giving away a gaming PC here on Thirsty Thursday. All right. We also got some small adhesive here, which will help keep that secure to the motherboard while we flip it upside down and whatnot. We're gonna line up. That doesn't feel right. See, I know this shouldn't be a determining factor in which CPU you go with, but this is definitely more annoying than Ryzen. I'll give AMD that. See, this one's not moving enough. This one's all jacked up. This is not a step we have to do with AMD, man. This is not going through at all. There's no way that's going through. No. Yeah, see, it didn't move. Now this one's stuck. Well, this problem right here might be an NZXT problem. There we go. All right. I think these are all good to go. Actually, it looks like they could be pushed a little bit more. Maybe not though. Okay. Let's install these now. These are our standoffs. Looks like this. All right, so we'll screw these in like so. Zach, I currently have a 9600X, 32 gigs of DDR5, 5070 Founders Edition. What should I upgrade? I already have a nice monitor, fancy mouse, and keyboard. Dude, personally, I mean, you're gonna need a ton of money to upgrade that. You're gonna need hundreds of dollars no matter whatever you decide to upgrade. Personally, I would probably just enjoy that, man. A 9600X, a 5070, you got a nice monitor, you got good peripherals. I would just enjoy it, man. Personally, you got to spend a lot of money to upgrade that. Upgrade the chair. There you go. I like that. Yeah, that's a good idea. This is a tough standoff to screw in because of these VRM heatsinks getting in my fingers. This is, I don't think I have the tiny raccoon fingers required for this. How long do these streams last? I probably got like 5 more minutes and then this PC will be built. I like to move quick. I'd say about 5 minutes. Okay. That doesn't feel tight. I mean, it's not screwing in anymore, but I guess that's how it goes, man. Intel. Yeah, I mean, that's tight. That's so fast. That's how we do it, man. I don't mess around. All right, motherboard's prepped. We are good to go. We have a Core Ultra 7 270K Plus inside this Gigabyte Aorus B860M motherboard. We got 16 gigs of T-Force Vulkan DDR5 RAM clocked at 6,000 megahertz. And we got a 1 terabyte Silicon Power UD90 Gen 4 NVMe drive. That is officially prepped and ready to be installed. Next up, we have our power supply. Hopefully you were here for the intro of this stream. That way I don't have to repeat it, but I still will repeat it. But quickly, this gaming PC certainly does not require a 1200 watt power supply. This is extremely overkill. This was just sitting on our shelf. Looks like we tested it at some point, because this is not new. This is extremely overkill for this type of build. But the good thing about BBZs is I can just use parts that we have and we don't have a use for them, which is exactly what I am doing. All right, we need all of those cables. I have personally or professionally, I have no use for a 1200 watt power supply. So we might as well just put it into BBZ. Set for any upgrade? Exactly. Not that you would really need to upgrade a 270K plus 5070 Ti build, at least not anytime soon. This is also the shift, the RM1200X shift. So this is where the power cable is. Traditionally, the power cables are on the back side of that, but with the shift, it's on the side. So when this installs into the computer, you have access to remove or install these cables, which definitely does make it easier. Depending on the case, it can be a little difficult to get on the back side of the power supply, like in a PSU basement. It didn't seem like this took off or anything, not super popular, but I didn't hate this innovation. I thought it worked well enough. How do giveaways work? Just go to !giveaway on Twitch. I think you'll figure it out. I trust you. You got this. Just !giveaway. Like, you know, the !giveaway that's labeled in the title, in the pinned comment, description. You know, you see people typing it, just read it. I think you got it, man. I think you got it. Don't forget to drink your beer. You know, now would be a good time to get a second beer. Yeah, well, hold on. Let me finish this power supply real quick. Let's finish this, because I don't want to drink later. If I'm gonna have a second beer, I got to do it now. That way I have time to sober up. And these are real light too, which is exactly why I have a CPU. Yeah, we'll do one more beer here. All right, power supply is prepped. We are good to go. This is a fully modular power supply, obviously. I plugged in a 24 pin for the motherboard. Plugged in a 4+4 for the CPU connector on the motherboard. Plugged in the dreaded 12 volt high power connector for our graphics card. And then I needed some SATA power action to power our AIO. And maybe the hub in the case. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, our power supply, I hope this power supply fits. There's a chance it doesn't. I did not look that up. Let's get our Silverstone FLP03. I'm just now realizing that this matches perfectly with my mouse of choice for the day. Let's check out what this back panel looks like, see what type of cable management we're gonna have to deal with tonight. Radeon Vega 8 graphics carrying my laptop right now. Nice. All right, here's what we got. Oh, now's the time, by the way. Now is the last time that I'm gonna have to move the camera for the stream. I apologize for wrong way. Camera wiggle numero dos. It's gonna be wiggling for a while. Yeah, that's a lot of wiggle. I can't even keep the PC in the frame. Sorry about the camera wiggle. But this is the back of the Silverstone FLP02 or 03. Looks like we got a bundle of cables over here. So we got all this action. Just a basic bundle of wires, SATA, Front panel, USB-C. Wait, what? What the? Hold on. Hold. What the? Okay, consider me extremely confused. Oh my God. What? Dude, I might need to zoom in again. What? This is labeled front panel? And these are front panel connectors, but these aren't labeled. What? No, this is not audio. HD audio is over here. What? What? Brother, I'm so confused. Why? What are these for? These aren't labeled. These are like the traditional like HD LEDs, the power button, positive, negative, the reset switch, the power. What? Why do we have this? I'm so confused. All right, let's just start plugging stuff in. We'll figure it out as we go. Shall we? All right. We got standoffs everywhere. Motherboard, dude, I can already tell this is gonna look beautiful. Oh, it's a little tight though. Oh, this is a little crammed with this huge GPU. Oh man, dude, I gotta stand up for this. This is already feeling a little crammed in here. Actually, it's just this fan. Fan's in the way. Sorry if you saw the bald spot. Here we go. Oh, I don't love the feel of building already. I just felt like this IO panel is like right up against this fan, the rear fan. This is extremely crowded already. I just started. That's a little concerning. Bald spot in high def. Yeah, you guys have never seen the bald spot with this many pixels. This is way more bald spot pixels than what you guys are used to. Sorry about that. Or you're welcome. I'm not exactly sure how we feel about it, but either one. How old is Papa Zach? I'll let the chat answer that one then. It's rude to give your own age. It's better to let other people. Oh, why did I not pour this on my perfect magnetic screw? Oh, I'm absolute amateur. I am not used to having this luxury. Oh my God, look at that. We gotta make some progress here. Not gonna lie, I don't like that. Well, it's a sleeper build. I mean, I prefer my tempered glass side panels as well, but I don't know how the retro case would look with the tempered glass side panel. That might be a little funky. Oh, I just lost the screw. Hopefully Griffin doesn't eat that. What happened in 5 minutes of building the PC? I mean, that was probably like 3 minutes ago. So yeah, in about 2 minutes, I'll be done. I don't think you realize how quick these go. These builds are very easy, no problems, super quick. What's better, the RX 570? 8 gig or RX 580 4 gig? That's a good question for 2026, honestly. It definitely used to be the 580, but I feel like in a lot of games, these are two very budget graphics cards at this point. Legendary, but old budget graphics cards at this point. I feel like the 4 gig would be like extremely limiting, so I actually don't know the answer to that. That's a good question. I feel like the answer might have changed over the last few years as more and more games need more VRAM. Honestly, I could build that PC in like a second. Yeah, this is easy, man. I'm like 3 minutes in. All right, I'm gonna plug in this one front panel connector and just pretend that those other weird front panel connectors don't exist. I'll just find a spot to hide those and hopefully the front panel connectors work. No idea. I guess we'll find out. No idea why we have two. 1 minute left? Yeah, dude, that's easy. This whole build will be done in like, I don't even need a minute, probably 30 seconds. This whole thing will be done. No problem. What's a good game for uncoordinated people? I wouldn't know. Sorry. All right, we gotta stay focused on the BBZ here. Everything is plugged in other than, again, I don't know what these are for, but it's all good. I think we'll be okay. Oh, I like how they have zip tie mounts on the underside. That's pretty cool. I do anticipate that we're gonna have to remove this hard drive cage because of the beefy 1200 watt power supply. So let's do that. I don't think that's gonna fit. It might, but it'll be cramped. And we definitely don't need this, so we might as well remove it. Costco membership is a good investment. It's actually much cheaper for businesses. All right, let's get that out of here. We don't need that. And then let's get rid of some of these twist ties and start replacing with zip tie. Because we don't like twist ties around here. Is he talking? Question mark. Stream is lagging. Sounds like a PC issue, man. All right. Where can this go? Can that go that far? Yeah. Okay, that looks good. We're gonna do a little bit of cable management before we get this power supply in here. I think Bicep Zach is muted. Does he do giveaways? Stop. The Kaiser with the Twitch Prime sub, thank you. Anonymous with the $5 dono says, hey Zach, keeping this brief. Upgrading from a pre-built with the 6500 XT. 16 gigs of DDR4 and a Ryzen 5 5500. For my next build, I have a 5800 X3D. Should I upgrade my motherboard? MSI Pro B550 Wi-Fi. Good question. Yeah, with a 5800 X3D, you really should have a high-end motherboard, in my opinion. If you already have the MSI Pro B550, I would try it. It's not like it's gonna like blow it up. I would try it, do some diagnostics, see if it is like thermal throttling or having stability issues or anything. And it might be good enough. You can't really, I can't answer that one off the top of my head. I know that is a somewhat more budget motherboard. But since you already have it, I mean, my opinion would be you might as well try it, right? Who's your favorite Formula One driver? I do like Max. I would say if I had to, I'm not a huge fan of any one team or driver. I would say if I had to pick a driver, it would be Max, but if I had to pick a team, it would be Ferrari. I'm just not a diehard fan yet. I love Formula One, but I just like watching it. The thing I root for in Formula One is just different people winning races and teams. That is what I root for. I do not want to watch a season where it's just the same team or the same driver constantly winning. Like, as long as that's not happening, then I'm good. I just hate when it's so dominant and so predictable. Antonelli has done really well this year. He has, but it was what I was just saying. It was looking like Mercedes is gonna make this for a very boring year. Like, those first couple races, man, that Mercedes car looked unstoppable. But thankfully, over the last few weeks, now that Ferrari car is definitely looking really good, or at least competitive. So it's, for me, it's become interesting again. So I'm happy. I'm happy. I just don't want it to be predictable. Who do you think will win in Spa? Well, is Spa next? I'm not tracking the schedule. Is Spa the next race? All right, that looks pretty good right now. Yeah, it's next. Well, Max is probably the best driver of Spa, right? Max is really, really good at Spa. But I don't think his car is good enough, even though he is probably better than everybody racing there. I don't know, man. I don't think his car is good enough. We'll see. The thing I'm rooting for the most right now, out of anything Formula One, is that Red Bull actually develops their car and gets Max into the conversation again. Because, I mean, my opinion is, I think, I'm not a Formula One expert, I think Max is still the best driver, but he's just clearly in a very, very bad car right now. So I would like to see him in a good car. That is what I'm rooting for right now. And I don't want him to leave Formula One. I'm afraid that he will be in, actually, let's go this camera. I'm afraid that he will be in a bad car for too long and he'll quit. And he'll go do something else. I need power supply screws. Where would I find them? Probably in this guy. Oh my God, maybe not. Hello? Oh, there's one. Can I get, oh, there's two. 3. Oh, look at that, 4. Dang, let's go. I did see a screw drop. Yeah, I actually did. I know you guys troll about this all the time, but I did actually drop a screw earlier. He's just pressuring Red Bull. I don't think he is. I think he's actually just genuinely fed up with it. Like, I would have believed that at the beginning of the year. But like, I think Max just legitimately is fed up. He probably knows, or at least thinks, that he is still the best driver on the grid, and he can't showcase his skills because he is in a superior car, or a inferior car. I feel like that's what's going on right now. How many people here were watching the McGregor fight when it happened? Oh my God. That, oh my God, dude. That was awful. We don't talk about that fight? I had multiple people messaging me because I was on IG story. I didn't say, like, not to defend myself, but I didn't say anything positive about McGregor. Like, I'm a big McGregor fan or anything. I was just super pumped for a McGregor fight. And I just posted on IG just like a standard, like, I can't believe we have another McGregor fight. I thought we were over. I was never saying like I was a big fan of him or anything, or like I support his personal decisions. I had multiple people like DMing me like, bro, I've been watching you for years, but since you're a McGregor fan, I gotta unfollow. I had multiple people unfollow just because I was hyped up about a McGregor fight. They were right. I shouldn't have been hyped. That was an awful night to be hyped for, but it is what it is, man. People be like that at some time, like, dude, I just wanted to see, I wanted to see some blood. That's what I was hyped for. I wanted to see a knockout. I'm not saying that since I'm watching a McGregor fight, I support all of McGregor's personal decisions. I'm not saying that. I just wanted to watch him fight, man. I'm just plugging in some CPU connectors. I'm gonna plug in one of the 4+4s. We don't need both. Might decide to add the other 4+4 later, but for now we're okay. I don't like the age jokes. I don't like that we're at the point where you guys think that like I'm ready for age jokes. Like I get with older people, you make age jokes like that. That's what you talk about. You talk about how old they are, but like, come on, man. I don't think we're there yet. That's outrageous. Oh, we're there? Come on, man. I mean, we're building PCs. We're drinking some beer. We're running a business. We're trying to get that dad life dialed in. Like, I don't know, man. I don't really feel old. Actually, after saying all that was a kind of old thing to say. I just don't feel old, man. Other than my back. Other than my back. That feels old. That one's legit. All right, let's just bundle all of this together, shall we? What's your favorite GPU? I've been asked this before. I don't think I have a solid answer. My favorite GPU. I'm trying to think. You know, I think my answer to this, I don't remember what it used to be, but I feel like it's changed because it did not feel that monumental. But when NVIDIA flew me out to their headquarters years ago, we were there the day that the 2080 Super launched. Yeah, 2080 Super. Yeah, some of you are tracking. Jensen gave me a 2080 Super. That it's in the room next door. He gave me that 2080 Super. And like that was back when like NVIDIA cared about gamers. It didn't feel I mean, it felt significant because it's like Jensen. But like Jensen, he was not the Jensen that the whole world knows today. Like that was back when like us super nerds and enthusiasts, we all like knew about Jensen, but like now the whole world knows about Jensen. That was way before that. And like it's kind of sad because it's like, dude, he ate lunch with us. We were like asking him questions about like which PC hardware YouTube channels he watches. And like he could answer any question about the graphics cards like right away. Like he made time for us. I mean, he's obviously a super busy guy. But like that day, like that would never happen now. You know, like gaming is such an insignificant part of the company of NVIDIA. So like, I don't know, that graphics card is like pretty, like monumental. It's just, things will never be like that again, probably, you know? Maybe that's my favorite. Your mic's muted? Just install the AIO. We're over it. We're just over it, man. That rage bait was bad 3 hours ago, or 4.5 minutes ago. It's still not good, man. We're almost done. Drink a beer? No, I gotta stop. I gotta stop, man. I gotta be responsible. All right, let's install this AIO, shall we? Switch the camera? Yeah, I'll switch the camera for the AIO install. I got you. Don't worry. What do you do after the stream? Well, when I'm home, I just go and lay down. I can never fall asleep like right after a stream. I'm just like, I'm too hyped up, man. I know, like, I know we try to keep these streams chill, but like mentally I'm hyped up. So I just go lay down, watch something for like an hour, and then I pass out. But now I'm in the studio, so I'm gonna have to wait here, sober up, maybe do a late night walk with Griffin or something, because Griffin's here. And then I'll go home and pass out. It's gonna be a late night. Why is the PC not on? Well, we don't have an AIO yet, or a GPU. What case is that? It is the Silverstone FLP03. What's your dream car? I don't know. I don't have like a dream car model. Sorry, I know that my face is getting blocked here, but we just gotta install stuff at this point, man. Actually, I'm not ready yet. I have to do this. I don't think I've ever had like an actual dream car model, but like my dream style of car is just like a Batmobile. I just want like a super fast, low to the ground, completely blacked out car. I don't exactly know which one. I really like my Audi S5 because it's black and it almost achieves that. It's not quite like Batmobile status, but the Audi S5 that I got earlier this year is very, very fun. I love the car. So that will definitely keep me happy for a while, or hopefully keeps me happy for a while. All right, just gonna feed some cables through here to the back. I got my AIO here. I'm gonna have to angle this because of this GPU sag bracket. This whole thing is like the contraption for the GPU sag bracket. Dude, this is a good angle right now. That looks good. This looks high production value. We could fit a 360 in here, just so you know. Again, I already explained why, but we already had this 240, the Kraken 240 Plus, so that's why we're using it. Yeah, we're just gonna put it like that. But this could do a 360 if you really wanted to. But I think this 240 will be fine. Best angle? Dude, I think so. This looks like some serious production quality for a live stream. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta stand up. Don't be looking at my thighs. I see him peeking through. Don't. Come on, man. How hard was it for your employees to find new housing? I don't think difficult. I mean, it's work, but like, I don't think they particularly struggled with it. We found out, well, it was actually like, the whole process was much quicker than we anticipated. We locked in a deal, like I think back in March on this place. And we found out, like, we thought the renovations were going to take a while. We found out, I think, 2.5 weeks before our move-in date of when our move-in date was going to be. So all my employees, we had 2.5 weeks to pack everything up in Pittsburgh, both their houses and the studio, and then move down here. So all of that happened in 2.5 weeks. We thought it was going to be like a month or so. So that was quick. I remember some of their faces when I told them like the move-in date, and like they were like, "Oh my god." But I mean, I don't think it was insanely difficult. How's the family accommodating to the new house? Dude, we just hit the jackpot in terms of the neighborhood. So, you know, it was actually CJ's birthday yesterday. So I have a 6 and a 5-year-old now, 5 and a 6-year-old. Our entire like little section of the neighborhood, everybody has kids around that age. So like my kids' friends are just running in and out of the house or our garage or our backyard, like all day, every day. Like I didn't grow up in a neighborhood like that. They probably have no idea how good they have it now, but it is awesome. They just instantly have a ton of friends. All the parents are cool, you know, like last Friday, all of the kids were out front playing. And I was just like out there drinking a beer with my neighbor, just talking about dad life, business and whatnot. It's really good, man. We hit the jackpot, man. It's awesome. We have a very, very good neighborhood. Holy vibe, exactly. It's better than I could have even wished for. Really happy with it. Flex your PC on the parents? I don't think any of them care. Well, one of them probably does, but I don't think they care a whole lot. All right, so now we're gonna plug in this contraption. This is the one thing I don't really like about NZXT AIOs. There's always a ton of connections. So this is what plugs into the AIO pump, and then you plug this into the CPU cooler fan header. You plug this into the USB 2.0 connector on the motherboard. That way you can use NZXT cam software. And you also plug into SATA power. This one I don't think I need. Or maybe I do. Oh, I do. And then this one, look at this. This is the one thing NZXT has not figured this out yet. They overcomplicate this a lot. Then this one plugs into whatever proprietary connector this is. That seems like nonsense. And then this plugs into the fans that are installed on the radiator. So we just have, like, my build was perfectly cable managed, but now I'm gonna plug this thing in and it's all just about to be ruined because we're just gonna have cables everywhere because of this thing. These NZXT AIOs look really good, but I don't know why they overcomplicate the cable part of their AIOs. You do not need to use it. Yeah, we wouldn't need to use it, but if we do, then all the fans are synced up into one header. Like, I want to use it because I want the functionality. But yeah, we would not need to use that one fan header. We got to use this whole bundle though. And now I got to like feed all these connectors through here, and this is a pretty tight case, so we're probably gonna have some problems. We might have some regrets actually that I didn't do this beforehand. Don't forget to peel the plastic off the AIO. I'll try not to. All sorts of cables here. Just we got a much better camera angle here. I'm just feeding all of these cables that I just showed you up and under. See how the AIO is right here? I got to get these to the back side of the motherboard so I can cable manage and plug stuff in back there. But it's really difficult because it's a micro ATX. It's a tighter case than normal. So I'm just feeding all of those cables through. That way, by the time I do plug in or connect this AIO, all of those cables are up there already. And that's just gonna go like that. And then I don't have to worry about those cables. So we will do that now that I routed all those. So this is the AIO here. I'm gonna get these screws out so I can mount this onto. Oh, I just dropped the screw. I need that. That's actually what I need right there. I gotta get these thumb screws out. Zach, you would have been very upset with my cable management. I am not a cable management slob. I know I talk about cable management a lot, but like, I don't judge people's cable management, and I am not particularly a good cable manager myself. All right, so I just removed that plastic thing. So this is the pre-installed thermal paste. I got no cable slack here because I already routed all those cables, like I showed you. I want the tubes on the bottom because that's just how the NZXT is configured, the AIO. And I'm gonna push that down over top of all 4 of those standoffs, and I'm gonna use these thumb screws, and I'm going to hand tighten all of these before I start using my screwdriver and cranking these things down. We want to get these all started here. You use the pre-installed paste? I usually do. I have maintained that style for pretty much my entire PC building career. I have removed the pre-installed thermal paste and used better stuff before, especially when you guys encourage me to. But like at the end of the day, like this is fine. You can min-max the thermal paste if you want to, but it is not necessary. Where'd my screwdriver go? All right. So now that those are thumb or hand tightened, now I'm gonna go in a star pattern and just evenly start cranking these down. Fox Shade with the $10 super chat says, I have a Mac Mini M4 with 16 gigs of RAM and a 512 SSD. I got it for $200. I was wondering, is it safe for me to just open the Mac Mini and have fun with it? You think I should do that or no? I don't know why you would open a Mac Mini. I mean, you got an insane deal if you got an M4 Mac Mini for $200. That's absolutely incredible. I would not be tempted to open it up. I would just be tempted to use it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you would gain out of opening up your Mac M4. Personally, I would just use it. Okay. All right, that's all plugged in. AIO looks good. Now we just gotta plug in all of these AIO look at all this. So first thing we can do is we got SATA power. Remember, that's why I plugged in a SATA power connector for our modular power supply, because I knew this was SATA power. That way we have that. That's ready to go. We can just stuff that in there. Now we have this little contraption, which is kind of like a little daisy chain or a connector for our 2 fans that are installed into our radiator. We're gonna plug that in. That way they're all synced up and good to go and can be controlled with the NZXT CAM software. And now we gotta plug in this USB 2.0 connector into the motherboard, because this is how the NZXT CAM software communicates with our AIO and our fan. So we will plug that in. Boom. Now, everything is... Okay, I dropped other screws. Or one other screw. My bad. Now everything's connected, but now we have to like somehow like do something with all of these cables, which just looks a little obnoxious. I think you broke it. No, When I dropped screws like 10 minutes ago, I thought it was more than one. When I dropped the thumb screw, I thought there was more than one, but I didn't bother looking. I probably should have. All right. Man, it's been a day. I forgot it was even Thirsty Thursday until I got the notification. This is amazing. Thirsty Thursday lined up perfectly with my birthday. Happy birthday, man. Sleeping ain't for me. No time to sleep, man. You gotta be tuned into Thirsty Thursday. How you liking Texas? I really like it. I really like it. Is this a sleeper build? I mean, it's in a sleeper case. There's no tempered glass side panel, so you're just gonna see a retro case and you're gonna have no idea what's inside. So it's kind of sleeper, but at the same time, it's a brand new retro case. So like anybody that's a PC enthusiast is gonna know that this is an FLP03. And most people that buy FLP03s are gonna put good hardware in there. So I don't know how effective it is at being a sleeper build, but it's gonna look cool. It's gonna look cool. It's gonna perform like a beast. We have if you join late, we have a Core Ultra 7 270K plus. 16 gigs of DDR5, a 1 terabyte Gen 4 SSD. And I am about to install a 5070 Ti. All right, I think we're good, man. I think we're ready. That's what it looks like. So right now it looks really good. It's just all black components in there. That looks sick. But like I said, the aesthetics of this 5070 Ti aren't absolutely amazing. You know, by itself, I think this is a good looking GPU, but it's gonna kind of throw off the aesthetics. But again, we're not gonna be able to see them. I'm not a huge fan of how this card looks. How much would this build cost? I think I wrote down on average, it would be like a 22, 23, actually with tax, probably like 24. $2,200 to $2,400 PC. If you just bought all the parts like today. Obviously we got some deals and brands sent us some of the parts. This was the craziest deal of them all. This is the Zotac Solid 5070 Ti that Sam here at the office sniped for $820, which, if you're following the PC hardware market, you will know that that is a crazy price for a 5070 Ti. Crazy price. And it's a small form factor edition, so it's not, that's actually really, really small. The small form factor editions of the RTX cards, a lot of it is just the width. There's certain like dimensions they have to follow, but one of the big ones is the width. And yeah, I mean, that is super tiny for an extremely powerful 5070 Ti, which is pretty crazy. All right, this is gonna be a little tough because as you can see, this is not going to fit. This is the GPU sag bracket assembly. So there's a sag bracket on the back side of here, which can move. We're gonna have to loosen that for sure. But we can also go up or down with it here, which, yeah, we should probably start with that. Oh, I can just take the whole thing off. Okay. Wait, how does this even work? Wait. Okay. All right, I see. So this is the sag bracket. So we're gonna wanna loosen this up. I think I just wanna slide it all the way over here. I'm not gonna tighten it for now. Yeah, all right. And then let's install the GPU with our little camera angle over here. I'm gonna feed that through. Oh, nope. Skip the step. The PCIe brackets have to be removed first before you do anything else. That will not work. There we go. Oh, this is a new case? Yeah, this is the FLP03. Shout out to Silverstone for hooking your boy up. I already talked all about it, so I wasn't planning on... Oh my God, I still didn't remove it. I unscrewed them. I did not remove them. There we go. All right. Now we can install a graphics card. Yeah, this actually looks better. This looks better than I was anticipating. That brown, or the bronze, that doesn't look half bad. I like the look of that. I'm gonna press up as I'm installing, just to try to remove some of the... We're actually probably not gonna have a ton of sag, because this isn't a particularly heavy graphics card. It is 3 fam, but it's not crazy heavy. There is some sag though. Can you guys see the sag? That looks good. That looks good. That looks better than I thought it would. Not a ton of sag though, but we can fix that because we are going to install this sag bracket. And yeah, I can see that I need to, I'll leave that part loose. Let's dial in the height first. Yeah, this is cool. I mean, you have complete customization of where this sag bracket goes. So I can just tighten that at the perfect height. There we go. And then I can adjust that last thing I was showing you and tighten that down. Oh my God, I loosened it. Oh my God, righty tighty. There we go. Please remove the AIO plastic. We didn't get that far yet, man. Okay, boom. Now we definitely have no sag. That's looking good. And the last thing we got to do is plug in, well, one of the last things, the 12 volt high power connector. We're gonna plug that in, push it tight, get rid of the slack, and double and triple check that that connector is all the way in there, because you guys know I do not love that thing. Now we can remove the AIO plastic. And that should be the entire build right there. The back, the cable management, not terrible. We got this, we got this, we got that. We got a little bit of bulge coming out with that shift power supply. Hopefully that's not a huge issue. Let's actually make sure that that closes. That's the one downside of the shift power supply, is not every case will have enough depth. This should be fine, but we're gonna be pressing down on it a little bit. Not every case can deal with the bulge of those power supply cables being right there. But looks like this one, I'm just pressing down a little bit here. They're sticking out, but not a concerning. Oh, actually, case isn't even in yet. I spoke too soon. Hold on. The bulge, yeah, exactly. The bulge. You should stream more? Should I just do more BBZs? I mean, we're at a 2 for 2 success rate for the BBZs selling. So like, no, not big bulge. No. We could just do more BBZs. I like the BBZ, man. I really like it because it just lets me build random PCs like this. It's not for a perfectly crafted YouTube video, or like it doesn't have to be budget. You know, I'll do some budget and affordable BBZs, but they don't have to be budget. I like the variety. They don't have to be like perfectly min-maxed components. Whenever brands have new components, they can send them to me and I'll just build them or use them for a BBZ build. I like it, man. I like it. All right. Well, it just turned on by itself. Kind of. Some parts of it. So we haven't figured out this whole... Is this what I have to press? Oh, no, it is on. It's just the rear fan. I never plugged in the rear fan. Oh, wait, I thought I did. Yeah, I plugged it in at the bottom. Why is that not working? I don't know about this front panel ordeal that we were talking about earlier. Okay, that works. That turned it off. Okay. Turns on. Wait, that didn't turn it on. So I gotta press and... Oh, you just gotta press and hold it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so the rear fan is not spinning though. Everything else. Oh, the front fan's not spinning. Oh, wait a minute. So the I did plug it in. I plugged it into the motherboard. But what I plugged in was, let me see if I can get a good angle for you guys. I plugged in the PWM connector of, it's really hard to show you. This is a built-in PWM hub for fans that comes pre-installed in the case. I didn't realize. Now I'm remembering when I built in the FLP02 that there's actually a SATA power port on that hub. And I remember complaining about the FLP02 because that's such a weird spot to route a SATA power cable up. And we're already using the SATA power cable, so that's gonna be a tough route. Good thing I did not cable manage that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug in SATA. This is the SATA power for the NZXT AIO. That can be down here with that SATA connection. And then I have this excess SATA power. And I gotta route that all the way up and through. It's so weird routing a SATA power cable this high in a build. You just never see this. But I gotta route this up and through so I can plug it into our PWM hub. That beer is definitely kicking in. I don't know, man. I think it faded away. I don't know what you're talking about. I think it faded away. All right, this is actually a really tough location to plug in SATA power. I think I can. All right, that's plugged in. I just plugged in SATA power to where I showed you. Now, hold on, before we install the back panel, let's make sure that what I did actually worked. What we're looking for is to make sure that this rear fan and the front fan starts spinning. Boom. We got it. Good to go, man. That looks good. You can customize the AIO screen to do whatever you want. Not just look at the reflection of my face. With the NZXT cam software, which we're not gonna do now because I'm not configuring Windows, but that's a wrap, man. That's a wrap. Looks good. We'll get that all configured, sell it for BBZ numero 3. Does the case have a built-in temp reader? Yeah, I think that's what, I don't know all the features. I'm pretty sure that's what this LED can do. I'm not exactly sure which temp sensor it's monitoring. I have to look that up. Boot test? Unfortunately, I don't have any sort of screen. I need to get that portable monitor that I have at my house. I gotta get that over here, or get one of them over here. That way I can boot test these. Use the AIO screen? That would be cool. Stream idea: we build while maintaining a 0.18 blood alcohol content the entire time. That sounds awful, man. That sounds like an absolute terrible idea. I don't know what it feels like to be a 0.18, but that sounds pretty high. All right, that's it, man. That's it. BBZ numero 3 is complete. Thank you guys for watching.